welcome to another episode of The Travelling Introvert. Today we're going to talk about security at airports. My reasoning for this is going around the world in various countries. The assumption is made by airport staff, I think, or this is the feeling that I get, that as a traveller, you should know exactly what to do, no matter which airport you're in, no matter where you are in the world, because everywhere's the same. And this is so not true. I'm looking at you, Hong Kong and Brazil and various other countries. I understand if there are signs up, visual signs, I'm not on about written in English and French and 3 other languages, actual pictures that explain to me that, I don't know, no laptops or no shoes or no liquids above X amount. That I understand. There are very few airports I have been to that actually have these signs. Sometimes there's a person who's talking to you in whichever language there is of that country, saying whatever it is they need to say, be it shoes, socks, laptops, liquids, sometimes your Kindle, sometimes your phones, loose change, whatever it might be. The problem there is they're speaking, and I don't mean to sound bad, but they are speaking in the local language. Not everyone might speak the local language. And even if they do, they might not know that terminology, because sometimes all you learn is please, thank you, and where's the toilet? So that's why I think pictures are super helpful. Some countries let you bring through whatever. I know I was in Brazil and I was desperately chugging away at this water that I wanted to get rid of before going through security, only to watch 8 other people in front of me take through bottles of water. And I was confused. But great, I didn't have to chug that water. The hydration is great. So there's that. I really wish that people wouldn't assume. And there's people who don't travel very often. Or the elderly, or the blind, or the mentally impaired and the physically impaired. And just shouting at somebody and in your native language telling them what to do is not necessarily the best method or form of communication. And I don't understand why airports don't get this, or why staff don't get this. I get it's their job, but it's surely you must understand that for some people, A, it's not that easy, B, they just don't understand, they've never travelled before and don't get upset. This also goes for the frequent travellers, because you guys get upset when other people don't know what's going on, and you need to kind of dial it back a bit and remember that not everyone travels all the time. Some people are having a bad day. Some people might be out of it. Some people might be sick. You don't know what's going on in that person's sphere, their bubble. Don't make assumptions. Because I know a lot of... Unfortunately, some frequent travellers who will leave it to the last minute because they have, expedited check-in and expedited going through security, and then they get all frustrated and annoyed when someone in front of them doesn't move fast enough. There's a reason they tell you to get to the airport 2 or 3 hours in advance. It's for your own good. If you choose not to do that, you cannot get annoyed at somebody else who has. It's not fair. It's not your God-given right. Just because you've travelled more times doesn't mean that you can bend the rules. Yes, sometimes it works, but it doesn't always work. So don't cut a line in front of people, get annoyed, sigh, make noises, talk loudly on your phone, complaining about the fact of what's going on, because people can hear you and people have their own stuff going on. Everyone has a story. So dial it back. But yes, airports, please, can we look at getting signage, visual signage, all airports around the world, because not everyone can read. Thank you for listening to the Travelling Introvert today. And I look forward to hearing from you in your emails and your comments. Reach out to me at introvert@thetravelingintrovert.com, and have a good rest of your week.